Hello everyone and welcome to this, a channel update video. As you will have just seen, I have a new intro and a new channel design direction. Basically, it's been my wish for a long time now that my channel actually had a logo that was based around slippers as opposed to a generic gaming kind of design, which the D-pad from before basically was. It was a bit of lazy design on my part. I was just starting out my channel, I was just kind of figuring things out. But yeah, the new design looks pretty cool. If you want to give feedback, please feel free. I am by no means a professional Photoshopper, Adobe expert, whatever. Personally, I quite like it. I think the orange really pops on the dark grey. And yeah, the whole spinny thing, the slides going away, it's pretty cool. I'm actually quite happy with it. But yeah, so first things first, apologies for the lack of content in the last 3 months. Essentially what happened was I got a new job, I moved for that job. It was high stress, learning a lot, and at the end of the day I decided it wasn't for me. But yeah, for those 3 months, no content, and for that I am sorry, but I was not in the right state of mind to be doing it. But now I'm back, and stuff is going to happen, rather than not happen. Specifically in 2017, the biggest thing for me, and the biggest thing for this channel, will be whenever they get round to releasing Dawn of War 3. Currently, on the Steam store page, there is no release date, and they haven't given any public announcement as to when it's going to release. So I'm guessing it's going to be mid-2017 or later 2017. Which sucks, because I literally just want to play it right now. I played a ton of Dawn of War 2 multiplayer. I love the campaigns. It's 40k in a multiplayer setting, which is just fantastic. It's what 40k was designed for, from the tabletop experience up to PC kind of integration. And the direction they're going with in Dawn of War 3 is bigger battles, bigger armies, more unit choice, which is just everything I could ever have asked for. In Dawn of War 2, there weren't that many units to choose from in terms of what you wanted to make your army out of, and the unit choices were actually quite weird. So for Eldar and Dawn of War 2, they had Guardians instead of Dire Avengers, and they had 2 turrets. They had like the Shrieking Catapult turret and the Bright Lance, and actually the D-Cannon turret or whatever that was called, which were these mobile turrets you could move around the map, which in some ways were cool, but in other ways were just really lazy, because you had 3 very similar mechanically kind of units that you could choose from. And those 3 units could have been Dark Reapers, they could have been, you know, anything else really, like Striking Scorpions. So whilst I did love Dawn of War 2, not 3, there were issues with it. And Dawn of War 3 looks like, at this point, from the limited information we have, we've seen, I'd say at this point, an hour's worth of actual gameplay footage. Some Space Marines, some Eldar, none of the Orcs yet, other than the Orc trailer. But yeah, it looks awesome. Bigger armies, more 40k absurdity in terms of story. And yeah, quite frankly, that is going to be the big thing for this channel this year. Based on what I'm currently seeing for the releases for 2017. For Honor is another title which might end up getting covered here in terms of just regular uploads. And when I'm talking about these big hits for the channel, I'm talking about titles which I'll end up doing multiple videos on in a series. So Dawn of War 3, I'll be doing just multiplayer battles and just commentary on it. And for Honor, it's exactly the same thing. So if you don't know, For Honor is this kind of another medieval melee focused combat kind of title. However, this looks to be very well funded I think is how I would describe it, compared to Chivalry, which was a multiplayer, quite cheap, a multiplayer-only kind of title, which did a lot of things very right. I'm not criticizing Chivalry, but at the same time, it was a fairly low-budget release compared to AAA status. Now, a melee-focused combat system game like Chivalry, given enough funding, could be super cool. The effects would be amazing, the graphics, the audio. There might be an actual story mode, which apparently For Honor actually will have. Now, whether that story mode is just the equivalent of a bunch of matches with bots on the same maps from multiplayer, I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's got actual kind of really cool cutscenes and some scripted sequences to make it kind of flow nicely. It's like an actual story mode. But yeah, for now, that looks like it has potential in terms of channel coverage. I could easily see myself just mucking around in multiplayer for like a couple of hours and then editing together some videos from that. So yeah, Dawn of War 3 and For Honor are the big releases. However, there are other games which I'm currently not sure if I'll end up doing videos on. I'll probably end up playing them, but I'm not sure if I want to do a video on them just because I think loads of people will do videos on them, and it'll get lost in the field. But I guess I shouldn't really worry about that kind of thing. But regardless, Mass Effect Andromeda, just because Mass Effect is easily one of the coolest original IPs of the last, 10 years. And regardless of how they mucked up the ending of Mass Effect 3, and yes, they really did muck up that ending, I am super excited for Andromeda. It's a fresh start. It's in a really cool universe that they've already established a lot of lore in. Races that we know and love. Krogans. I'm fairly sure the Asari, humans, etc. They're all going to turn up, apparently. And yeah, can't wait for that. And honestly, I don't think BioWare can do a terrible game. They might make mistakes, as in the ending of Mass Effect 3, but overall, the Mass Effect series was a very high quality series. The story was great. By and large, the combat improved, I like to think, over the series. And graphically and audio, yeah, it was just really high quality. Love Mass Effect. Andromeda should be good. Get hyped, people. Get hyped. Resident Evil 7 is another title. And whilst it is moving in a really strange direction, and I can't quite figure out whether they're going completely away from what they've established before in terms of story, which I'm guessing is what they're doing, because events in Resident Evil 6 got nuts. But regardless, yeah, anyway, I'm losing myself in a tangent here, but Resident Evil 7 looks really cool, and I will definitely play it as a long-time fan of Resident Evil. The first person, the atmospheric style of horror instead of kind of here's a zombie style of horror. They focus again for the series on survival as opposed to action horror is very interesting. And most importantly, I think I just want to find out what on earth they've done with the story. How they're linking it up with what they've done before, whether they're even going to bother, if they're starting afresh, etc, etc. Yeah, so Resident Evil 7 looks cool. And I might just play the demo and upload that on the channel, just because I haven't played that yet. And Prey is another horror title, which looks super cool. Apparently you can turn into objects in the environment to hide from monsters, there's some combat, it's in like this sci-fi setting, and it's by the same dudes who made Dishonored, which is no bad thing. Dishonored was a great game. Haven't actually played Dishonored 2 yet, maybe I should, who knows. So yeah, 2017 looks like a rich year in terms of big releases that I'm interested in, so yeah. The single player titles like Mass Effect, Resident Evil and Prey, I'm unsure whether I'll actually do videos on them. But For Honor and Dawn of War 3 definitely, I will be getting big time into. So that's just kind of setting out what's going to happen with the channel, just so you guys know. And until those games start to get released, which I think the next game to look forward to in 2017 out of that list is, I think it's Resident Evil. Yeah, it's released at the end of January, apparently. So that's cool. So I guess I might as well do some videos on it. But until the rest of the games, like the big titles that are going to do I'm going to end up doing a big series on, like Dawn of War 3 and For Honor, potentially. Until those get released, I will be doing just kind of casual stuff. I think me and a mate from university, we will probably be doing either multiplayer Magicka 2 or Minecraft. That's been a long-standing tradition for us, so yeah, maybe I'll upload some footage from that. Depends how the recording actually goes, because, you know, playing with someone, then making an actual video from it, it's two very different things, but who knows, it might work out in a video format. And other than that, like I said, the Resident Evil 7 demo, that could be uploaded. Street Fighter V Ranked, as I'm quite enjoying that at the moment. It's sort of my game of choice. I might upload some footage from that. Prior warning, yeah, I am awful at fighting games, and this is my first fighting game since, I think, Tekken 2. And I was very young when I was playing Tekken 2. So yeah, that might be embarrassing, but I might just upload it anyway. As Ranked is just really fun in that game. So yeah, the channel has received a makeover. That is my kind of outlining what's going to happen in 2017, hopefully. And yeah, I hope you guys stick around. I will forgive you if you leave, by the way, because all the games I've covered up to this point won't get covered in future. I can categorically say. Hearthstone, if it gets super cool expansions, and if they start actually releasing more for the game, as opposed to just leaving it to stagnate over like 2 months and re-releasing boring old tavern brawls, maybe I'll go back to Hearthstone. Eternal Crusade is in a really weird position of it's killing itself. The player base is at like 500 maximum on average, as opposed to the 1,000 it was, I think, a couple of months ago. I think 2,000, maybe 3,000, something like that. Again, if Eternal Crusade picks up its game and releases stuff and makes big changes, I might get back into it. Who knows? Like I said in my videos on that game, it's got great potential, but at this point it hasn't really reached it. And the player base is dying as a result, which is a massive deal. Like, better games than Eternal Crusade have died. So yeah, they just need to do more, and maybe I'll go back to it. And StarCraft, quite frankly, with Dawn of War 3 coming up, yeah, I'm just going to leave RTS as a genre on the back burner, and then when Dawn of War 3 comes out, I will kick it into gorgeous fiery flame, and it will be amazing. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bit of a wordy one, this, just kind of setting out what's going to be happening in 2017. And yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. I know that New Year's happen at different times for different cultures, but yeah, I think at this point everyone's had a New Year. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Happy New Year, or whatever celebration you're having. Hope you get a productive and most satisfactory 2017 as a whole, and best of luck with all of your endeavours. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.